You all arrived here from Cyslodia, yes? In that case, you should depart via the south gate, rather than the one you arrived through.
After all that, Kisara never came back to see us.
I'm surprised she slipped away without us noticing. Where would she even go? I hope this place survives. You think the Dahnans and Renans have a chance of getting along? We didn't really do much to change things around here, did we?
This realm had its own walls to overcome. And in the end, it was the people themselves who decided to break them down, without any help from us. I hope they keep going. I really do.
Yeah, well, if you say so, I guess. Huh?
All right. I leave command of the Gold Dust Cats in your hands.
You've got nothing to worry about, Kisara. I'll do your brother proud.
Looks like it's time to go. Take good care of Zare for me. All right, Lagiel?
You've got it. Stay safe, Kisara.
Did you come to say goodbye?
Actually, I was wondering if you could use another companion.
Huh?
Well, we certainly don't mind you coming along. We just figured you'd stay behind and help rebuild. These people could use you.
I thought much the same thing. However, in the end, something changed my mind. Ever since Miguel died, I've been thinking a lot. About where I went wrong, what I should have done differently. You know, that sort of thing. It's true that our dream of coexistence saved many Dahnan lives, but we were naive and short-sighted. I was so wrapped up in my idea of how things should be that I didn't see the problems that existed right in front of us. I thought we had been given a utopia. And so I never bothered to look too far past its surface. I chose to be ignorant. And because of that, because of me, my brother...
Miguel's death wasn't your fault, Kisara.
Perhaps you're right. But in the end, it was me he entrusted this dream to. I learned that nothing in this life is free, or gained without sacrifice. Now that I know that, I'll just have to figure out what else I don't know.
So, decided to join us?
I have. And hopefully I can continue to protect Elde Menancia from outside the dream world, for the sake of those still inside.
And here I thought you joined for an opportunity on my life.
In all honesty, I'm grateful to you. I truly am. I don't blame you for what happened. But I must also leave your service. No longer will I be defined by protecting a Renan lord. From now on, when I fight to protect my dream. All I ask is that you do your part, that you fight alongside me, not just for those who used to believe in your dream, but for those that still do. Dohalim.
I understand. I'm no longer a lord anyway.
Well, this crew just gets bigger and bigger. All right, where to, team?
We make for Mahag Sar, the Valley of the Four Winds.
I'm amazed how easily you can move such a giant shield around like it's nothing.
Really? It's not actually as heavy as it looks.
It's really reassuring to have someone like you protecting us, though.
You know, I guess I never realized it before. But looking back, I've always been the sort to put myself in harm's way to protect those around me. So in a way, using this shield to keep you all safe feels like it's what I was meant to do.
You don't need to worry about protecting me. I don't plan on relying on you.
That's okay. It doesn't matter if you do or not. I don't protect people because they ask me to. I do it because I want to, and because I think it's the right thing to do. That goes for you too, Dohalim.
Me?
Yes. You see, you and I both want the same thing. We have the same goal. That means it's in my best interest to continue to protect and keep you safe as well. Even now.
I'm not sure how much protecting I'll need either, but I appreciate the thought. I'm sure you'll do us proud, Kisara.
Right. You can all count on me.
What was Kelzelik even after in the end?
Isn't it obvious? Clearly he wanted the throne for himself, and was gonna have his goons execute Dohalim to get it.
He had to have known he couldn't hope to defeat a lord. He should have run while he had the chance, instead of holding himself up in the palace.
Maybe he thought he couldn't run? Either way, the outcome's the same.
So he got desperate and decided to go for broke?
One might argue that he was another victim of mine, in a sense.
Huh?
There is no greater calling in life to a Renin than the crown contest, yet I refused to take part. The shock he felt at that must have been truly immense, enough to drive him to revolt, even though doing so meant defying Renin hierarchy.
I know I've said this before, but Dahnans and Renins wouldn't coexist here if it wasn't for your stance.
But that was no lofty idealism on my part, nor do I feel any pride at what occurred.
Spare us the pity party. You literally just joined us to uphold those ideals.
Shion!
No, she is absolutely correct. I shall speak no more of my misgivings.
I think Hootle senses something.
Mahag Sar. That makes 4 out of the 5 realms that I've visited now.
I wonder what kind of lord we're gonna find there.
It doesn't matter. If they try to get in our way, we'll take them down and that'll be that.
What's this thing?
No backing down!
Try
harder!
Go
My
get
turn!
lightning defense!
Lunar Rongo!
If they rush you, you gotta jump for cover, okay?
You're mine!
Blaze Lancer!
I'll stop its charge!
Thanks, Kisara!
Here's
the evil! Blaze Lancer! Sweet now. One more! There with the other.
Blast the shot! It must take guts to fight without a weapon.
I'm not brave. I just do what I have to.
If you're ever in a pinch, just say the word.
You're most
Coming through! Ha! Melt! Scarlet Inferno! My turn!
one at a time. Glacial Spear.
Eat
Evil.
I'll run you through! Orochi's
Blaze
Fury!
Lancer.
Do it! Now we're not...
Divine Fury. Astral Energy.
Say no more!
You sure showed them.
All in a day's work.
Get lost!
I'll take you all on!
Lunar
Rondo!
Sealed!
I lost myself in the heat of the moment.
Searing fire!
This one keeps charging us!
That's what my shield's for. Get behind me.
Got it! I'll leave it to you!
Do they not teach you to say thank you in Ganon? Not to a Renin, they don't.
Confiscated! I'll heal you
These
all!
fists have got your name on them!
You're cleaning house.
Let me take the rest of them!
Well, someone's feeling lively.
You're mine!
I'll crush you! Lightning reflexes! Tenebrous claw!
Here more damage from Helen Hurricane!
Eagle Pulse is secure now!
The stockpile!
Slap shock!
Storm!
Thunder Shield!
Eat this!
Our work is done here. Let's move.
I'm right behind you, Shion.
Charge like that could easily be fatal.
Just as well, I'm here to stop.
Here I go! Searing flames! Reload!
You're on!
Watch it!
Take this!
Helen Hurricane! Thunderblade!
You're mine! Orochi's Fury!
I'm only getting started!
Plasma Shock!
Sweet dreams!
You're mine!
Your power is a spectacle to behold.
I'm not trying to be dramatic with it.
Sir,
Leon, astral energy! Full throttle!
The heavens must be smiling.
Maybe something's going on in the forest.
A fish! You saw it too.
I didn't realize there was a pond here.
Yeah, this is Taka Pond. And it happened to have saved my life once upon a time.
What do you mean?
As a kid, I survived life under the past lords by escaping here when I needed to. It's terrible to swim in, but great for catching a bite for dinner away from Renin eyes. Bear in mind, our rations back then weren't enough to live off of.
You had to take matters into your own hands if you wanted enough food to survive.
But how did you catch them? With your bare hands?
That might take a while. Fish are prone to swim away at the first sign of trouble.
I'd put bait or a lure on a line and use it with a fishing rod.
You must not be familiar with fishing if this sounds new to you.
You're still not done fishing yet? Boring.
You need patience to fish. Time to try a different spot.
I hope we catch something decent.
Indeed. Hungry bellies are counting on this. Hup! Reel it in. You've got to know when to quit. Hup. Oh, we've got a lively one. That was disappointing. And that's all there—
Wow. It seems like you need to have good reflexes to catch anything. I don't know if it's really for me. Kisara? I think I've seen enough.
Oh, sorry. I guess I'm just in my own little world when I go fishing.
Looks like we're going to be here for a while.
That's how fishing goes. You wait for a bite, and then the real battle begins.
Miguel told me that different fish live in different regions, and you have to pick the right rod and lure for what you're hoping to catch.
But that doesn't change the fact it's a giant time sink.
Of course, each fish has its own unique flavor, too. And some of them are supposed to be extremely delicious.
When you put it like that, maybe it's worth me trying my hand at fishing after all.
You're just in it for the food.
I was hoping we'd get to fish during our travels. And it just so happens I made sure to grab my brother's old rod before I left Vicente. So, if you ever feel like fishing when we've got a little downtime, just let me know.
Good to hear. Thanks for showing us.
Okay!
I'm always amazed what healing arts can do.
Is it just me, or have those two barely spoken a single word to one another?
I know, right? But after everything that happened with Miguel, is it really any wonder?
Kinda puts a damper on the whole journey though, huh? How long do you think they're gonna keep this up?
If it bothers you that much, why don't you ask them?
Why do I have to ask?
How come you walk together like that?
She really doesn't beat around the bush.
You mean Kisara and myself?
You hadn't noticed? You've been practically joined at the hip ever since we left Vicente.
I guess it's force of habit, most likely. I was always ready to protect him, should the need arise. It sort of came with the job description.
Right. From being in the Elder Menancia Guard. Although, Dohalim's pretty capable of defending himself, isn't he?
Having guards doesn't necessarily mean the one being guarded is weak. No one's perfect all the time.
Even so, it's not like they're entirely wrong, Kisara. You're no longer in my employ, after all.
I don't know. I mean, if it's what she's used to and you're both comfortable with it, then who are we?
But she doesn't serve him anymore. It isn't normal for her to keep following him around like she still does.
You know, she's probably right. And a lot has changed over the last few days. Perhaps I'll give it some thought after all. Does that sound all?
Of course.
You might want to stop asking his permission for every little thing while you're at it.
Sorry. It's not that easy. Did we really just spend that much money? I've noticed that sometimes we come across enemies who fight like you, and try to dodge our attacks at the last second.
I hate those guys. I can get some hits in when they move into attack.
If what you're seeking is a way to more reliably hit them, there is a solution.
Try to outclass them on reflexes?
I possess the ability to command Earth elemental beings to some extent. They emerge as the land itself and take root on my command. They will swiftly bind the enemies, at which point you can dispatch them.
Huh?
What he means is that he can make plants grow to hold the enemies in place. At least...
I'm glad at least one of us understands him. So basically, if we find an enemy that likes...
I shall do what I can within my modest means to help.
Why are you looking at me like that?
That armor you wear is standard issue for the Menancian Guard, right?
Originally, I've added some flair to it in a lot of places.
I noticed, especially with that open back.
We guardsmen pride ourselves on never showing our back to our enemies. It's my way of making myself live up to that. Plus, it makes it that much lighter and easier to maintain.
Dohalim, do you have anything to say about this?
Every guardsman is allowed to wear their armor as they see fit.
And you, Law?
Huh? Why are you asking me?
Done. This is sure to give the others some much-needed energy.
Kisara, let's talk for a bit. Maintaining your shield? It's becoming a familiar sight.
Miguel was the one who taught me how to maintain my equipment after I first joined the Guard. Now, it's just a part of my routine.
Your brother always seems to come up whenever I talk to you.
That's because we had no other relatives, so it was just the two of us growing up. He was my idol, The one I looked up to and wanted to be like. When I became a guardsman, Lagiel wasn't too pleased to see me at first. It was Miguel who really welcomed me aboard.
Lagiel? Oh, right. She was Miguel's second in the Gold Dust Cats, wasn't she?
That's right. She's always been a very critical and down-to-earth person. In other words, the complete opposite of a dreamer like me.
You're more an idealist than some pie-in-the-sky dreamer.
Even so, that's my brother's doing. He'd never let me stop seeing a brighter world. He always did what he could to keep me smiling and happy.
You must have meant a lot to him.
He wasn't just kind either. He always worked so hard to set an example for me and everyone else around him. He was a true big brother. So much so that when he thought I was asleep, he'd slip out of the house to go training on the outskirts of town.
You seem to know a lot about it.
That's because I only pretended to be asleep and would follow after him. You know what? I'm at a good stopping point with my shield. If you've got time, how about I tell you a couple more Miguel stories?
I guess I'd better get comfortable.
I'll take watch tonight. It's okay. Before we go, do you guys have everything?
This realm doesn't seem like such a bad place to camp in.
Yeah, there's lots of plants and wildlife here.
I know, and it all looks friggin' delicious too!
Who said anything about eat?
Dohalim, care if I hang out for a while?
I do believe it's about time that I retire. Shall we get moving? Something feels odd here. Be on your guard.
I just noticed none of you other Danans have spirit cores. Why is that?
Both of my parents were part of the resistance in Calaglia. In fact, my birth was kept a secret from the Renans.
Mine too. We always lived in hiding, so I never had a spirit core embedded in me like I was supposed to.
What about you, Alphen? You were a slave in Calaglia before all this, weren't you?
To be completely honest, I'm not sure why I don't have one. All the other Danan slaves around me did. I was the only exception. They tended to keep their distance from me to avoid attracting any attention from the soldiers, because of my mask and all. What about you, Kisara? Do you still have your spirit core?
No. I was able to find a good Renan doctor who's sympathetic to our kind, and had them remove it before I left. They did such a great job, the procedure didn't even leave a scar.
One of the benefits of coexistence, huh?
I know that once the spirit vessel was shut down, there wasn't much need for me to hurry. But still, I didn't like having that mark of servitude lingering on me any longer than I had to. It may sound a little strange to hear me say this, but I'm just me now. Not a guardsman or a slave. I'm my own woman, and this is my chance to have a new beginning.
This sure is one rugged road. You'd think they'd keep this at least a little better maintained, right?
Why spend energy fixing that which is rarely used? Repairs require time and effort, which in our world means slaves, often in great numbers. For you, it may be a simple request, but that can quickly become another's difficult burden. Nobody gains anything without someone expending effort.
And you know, somehow that someone always ends up being a Danan, while the Renans are the ones who gain.
True enough. Ideally, in a perfect world, I think it's only fair that the ones who need it should be the ones to perform the work.
However, when doing so could be dangerous like it is here, there are many who would prefer that it be others who risk their lives in their stead.
So, what you're saying is that people will just put up with the inconvenience until someone else comes along to fix it for them?
Indeed. And it is those who can no longer bear that feeling that inevitably take action. much like the Danins in our group do so now. As strange as it may be to hear such a thing from the likes of myself.
It's true that most of the Danins in Calaglia have been resigned to just accepting things as they are. Still, we can't just blame them for...
What are you making that face for? You're not worn out already, are you?
Nah, just regretting I ever said anything in the first place.
Little help! I never miss!
You're mine! Storm!
Don't mind if I do!
Airborne beast!
My special!
I'm surrounded! Got fire!
I've got this! Let a marksman handle it!
I'm on it! All yours! Here I come!
Eat this! Arrow squall! Freezing storm!
No, I won't give in!
You're mine!
Ice tornado! Firmament render!
You're mine!
Here, let me help!
It's over! Double demon!
Do it! Double
Light burst forth!
Radiant Genesis! Glacial Spear!
My turn! I'm on it! Fluid! You're on!
I'll crush you! Lightning reflexes! Tenebrous claw!
I'm on it! This one's all mine!
Do it! Eagle
Eon!
fire!
Astral Energy! Full throttle!
Not dead!
With Dark
I'm not done! Mirage! Orochi Fury! I'm on it!
Eagle Fly! I wonder if we can make new weapons with this.
All right.
There's nowhere to run from my heart! When he slows down, that's our chance!
It's like trying to keep up with a wolf! Lightning or raging cascade! Sweep now! Continue off us the way!
Try harder!
The waters of creation!
You're mine!
In here! I'll be saving
Orochi
this one!
Fury!
Raging cascade! Sighted!
Blast the sun!
Here! Sweep now! More of the stockpile!
Leave the ensnaring to me.
Yeah! Bubbling to me!
Can't get out of this! Here I come! It's over! Here I come!
Freezing storm!
For nothing!
Glacial Spear! Here's Eagle! Freeze Lancer!
Plasma shock! I'm on it!
Searing Flame! Lightning Orb!
Here I come!
Raging
Orochi
Cascade!
Fury!
In a bind?
Seal! Glacial Spear!
I have no
Here's Eagle!
limits! Talon Storm!
Freeze
Plasma
Lancer!
shock! Do it! Totally! In an instant! Impact block!
Searing Flame!
Fear throbs in pain.
I've got this!
Take it!
Tonic Spark!
Alright,
Plasma
shock!
time! In here!
Just the dust!
More
Here I
of the
come!
stockpile!
Orochi Fury! Plasma!
I can handle it.
In a bind?
You're on!
Lightning
Orochi
Contest!
Stick! It's
I
time!
can do this all day! Searing Flame! Here goes!
You're
Lightning
finished!
Orb!
Take it!
Only getting started!
Now I'm in the groove!
Now! What?
Kisara! Commander of Heaven!
Phoenix Cyclone!
Got some interesting moves there, Dohalim. I'm glad you're on our side.
I'm simply glad to hear that I can make myself useful to you all. Huh?
What's wrong?
We seem to have come across some rather unusual objects.
What, you mean that pile of garbage?
No mere garbage, I assure you. Still, I've never seen anything shaped like it before. I'm intrigued.
Are you curious about this stuff, Rinwell?
Yeah. I think he might have found some old Danon relics. They look like the remains of a bunch of objects that disappeared after the Renans first invaded.
And yet here I am, holding them without so much as a second thought. I imagine the sight must be unsettling to you.
Not really, just that it must be nice to be a Renan who has time to indulge in stuff like that, unlike the rest of us.
Are you interested in this stuff too, Dohalim?
Charmed may be a better turn of phrase. I simply love objects that can give me a sense of what their maker was thinking, the history that went into their creation. You see, we Renans have hardly any such objects that trace back to our distant past.
I still don't understand what you two find so intriguing about it, though.
Why not? We're talking about our own culture here.
I get that, but it's not like this stuff is any use now, does it? It's just old. Real old.
Oh, but it does. Holding it in your hands like this, one can feel and engage with the distant past in a way no history book can ever accomplish.
I'll take your word for it. Well, seeing as it's Danon history, just make sure you're careful with it. All right, Dohalim?
But of course. There's history.
There's always room for improvement.
Visibility along this path will remain limited for some time. Take care not to get ambushed.
I'm surprised you know the terrain here so well. Lords don't strike me as having much time for wandering in the woods.
Sometimes I would take strolls along here when I wished to be alone.
You always did have a bad habit of disappearing without telling any of us guardsmen.
This'll be a delicious piece of cake. There, go. Where are you going?
First strike! Take
Leave
this!
now.
It's over!
Head to the stockpile.
Soaring Light
I'm
Spear!
not so good with airborne targets.
Sword Rain Alpha! Struck!
Pesky airborne scoundrel!
Sounds like a job for yours truly.
Here it is! Rising Wyvern! Hurricane Thrust! Take this!
I'm only
You're
getting
finished!
Glacial Spear. Here's
Sword Rain
East
Alpha!
Freeze Lancer.
You're mine! I'm on Soaring Light Spear!
Does it?
No escape! I'm on! Here I come!
Healing Shot.
Why'd you heal me?
To stop you dying?
Armor won't save you!
You're mine! Lightning
condemned!
Here I go!
I'm on getting started!
Watch this!
Mirage!
Eagle
Fury!
Talent Storm! There!
Rising Wyvern!
Watch and sweep!
Mirage!
Street!
First Strike!
Talent Hurricane!
Eagle Thigh! Sword Ring Alpha!
Lightning Storm!
Hurricane Splash! Here I come!
Do it!
It's over! Show me right! Hey! Blow them away! I can feel my power growing! Ignite! I'm on!
Where are you going?
You're mine! You're finished!
Lightning Orb! It's a duel of the arts! Thunderblade!
Here I come!
Anything in armor is
You're
over.
finished!
Flying freak! Why can't they just sit still?
Sion, can you take care of them?
No sooner said than done! Leave the enemy's arms to me!
Milk is right here!
Nice
Monster Shock!
Healing Lightning!
Prepare to be sealed.
Actually, perhaps now is more appropriate.
Less talking, more doing!
Get out of this!
Let's go! Let the marksman handle this! Lightning condemned!
Monster
This
Shock!
one's mine!
Mirage!
Here, First aid! We're in the home stretch, guys!
What she said? Eyes on the prize.
That focus goes double for you, Law!
Me? How come I get singled out?
Here I come!
Now I'm in the
Freeze
groove.
Lancer! Let's take it too much damage!
Now or never.
You all!
Orochi Fury! Burn in hell!
We're sitting them out!
Please? More like me. So much for sitting this fight out.
That wouldn't be a complaint, I hear.
No, that is
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
See you continue on in that vein.
My lady?
Something you wanted to say? Now! I'm only getting... Kisara! Go for it!
Prepare to crumble!
I know fine weapon material when I see it.
It's so hilly around here. I can feel my feet getting blisters.
That's mountain hiking for you. It can be pretty tough if you're not used to these sorts of trails.
I take it you're comfortable with them?
Right, here goes!
Eagle Thigh!
You're mine!
With darkness!
You're finished! You're mine!
I'm like made to this.
I'm only getting mine!
An astral art?
That's my cue!
You're on! Shut him down! Orochi Fury!
Fake with darkness! I never miss!
You're mine! You're on! Take this!
Now!
Orochi Chill!
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
See you continue on in that vein.
Yes, my lady?
Something you wanted to say?
Orochi Fury!
Shining Super Do it! Raging Cascade! Astral Energy! Full throttle!
Not a chance! I'm not done! Tear! Hurricane Thrust! You're on! Sword Ring Alpha!
Shining Super
It's over! Tear! Hurricane Thrust! Soaring Light Spear!
Photon Blast! Lightning
Here I come!
Now!
Orochi Fury!
Law! Get toasty!
Bird Strike! Those bombs of yours are amazing!
Who needs a gun when you can send them flying?
An opponent like this should be easy.
This one's mine!
First strike! Talent Core!
Eagle Spear! Here's the Eagle!
Plasma shock!
Dominating Ranger! Freeze Laser!
You picked the wrong fight!
Hurricane!
You're mine!
Eagle
Roasted
Fly!
Fury!
Healing Circle!
Plasma
Do it!
shock!
It looks like you lost! Get toasty!
Burn strike!
Right, next one!
Already on it!
Plasma shock!
Arrow Squall!
Soaring Light Spear!
Go! You're mine!
You're finished!
Big blast!
The enemy wields arms too.
You'll soon see about that! Only getting started!
Here I come!
Sleep
It's
now!
over!
Get out of there together! Talon Hurricane! Primed and ready!
Eagle Fly!
Lightning Orb! More where that came from! Lightning Condemned!
Okay, here I go!
Do it!
Soaring Light Spear!
Domain!
Light burst forth!
Radiant Genesis!
Not a chance!
Light Arrow! Raging Cascade!
Soaring Light Spear!
Now! Storm!
Take it!
Raging Cascade!
Watch! Do it!
Right now! I'll be...
All aboard the victory train!
Overconfidence can bite you in the butt.
Gotta break through!
Take this! Eat this!
Ignite!
Lightning
Power
Storm!
won't save you!
Thunderblade!
Roasted Fury!
And again!
Plasma Shock!
Light Astral Energy! Thunderblade! Lightning Condemned! Healing Thunderblade!
Roasted Fury!
Freezing Storm! Confiscated!
Plasma Shock! It's on!
Ice Tornado!
Crumble! Take it!
I'll crush you! Lightning reflexes! Tenebrous claw! I'm on it!
You're mine!
Last one!
Now I'm in trouble!
Here I come!
Thunderblade!
It's over!
Healing Circle! Take it! Power it!
Escape!
I'm all fucked up!
Go! I feel like me again!
Take this! Soaring Light Spear! I have no limits!
This one's Dynamic Supernova! Raging Cascade! I'll heal you all! In
Roasted
here!
Fury! Coming through! Ha! Now! Scarlet Inferno!
Here's a healing art! First
Take
aid!
it!
Well, someone seems in tip-top form. Nothing new about that. And still as humble as ever. This isn't ideal. I'll end this with my own hands!
Do it!
Law, get toasty!
Burn strike!
Right, next one.
My turn!
Already on it!
Burn in hell! Here I come!
Healing Circle! Hurricane!
Okay, here I go!
Here comes now!
Thanks.
Freeze Laser!
Look sharp! Lightning Thunderblade!
I feel stronger. I mean, a bit.
Good. We're counting on you, Rinwell.
On me? Well, I'll do my best.
We got some good equipment!
I can't say its appearance is to my tastes, personally.
More Danon runes here too, I see.
What were people even...
I won't forgive you! Firmament Render!
I'm not done! Roasted Fury!
Arrow Wall!
Plasma Shock!
Here I go!
You're mine! It's over! Take it! Roasted Fury! I owe you one! It's on! I owe you one!
I'm on it!
Take it!
Eagle Fly!
Sword Rain Alpha!
Here's the evil!
Eat this!
Here I come!
Eagle
Freezing Storm!
Plasma Shock!
Ice Tornado!
Lunarongo!
Thunderblade!
First strike!
No!
Demon Fang!
Freezing Storm! Thunderfield! You are in tip-top shape!
As soon as I'm done here, come help out.
How could a girl ever say no?
These little ones are hardly worth our time.
Less talking, more pummeling.
Cut them apart to your heart's content.
Roasted Fury!
thirsty!
Bird strike!
How much longer will our healing arts last?
What's this thing?
It's on!
Where are you going?
I'm on! You're mine! You're finished! Eat this! Orochi Fury! Plasma Shock! Plasma Shock! Searing Gale! So fine, here I go!
Did you just heal me?
Yes, I need you, remember?
Right.
All mine!
Talon Hurricane!
Searing Gale!
I'm ready!
Eagle Fly! No escape!
The waters of freedom
Move!
Field!
Orochi Fury!
I'll be saving the
Plasma
healing art!
Shock!
Now!
Here I go! Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade!
See that?
That training's paying off! Double Demon Fang! Coming through! Ha! Now! Scarlet Inferno!
Firmament Render!
Talon Storm!
Arrow Squall!
You're finished! Talon Hurricane!
Do it! It must take guts to fight without Do it! I'm not brave.
I'll stop your movement!
And I'll stop your life!
Nicely done.
I sure have built up a sweat with this hike.
Rest assured, we have reached the top. It's all downhill from here, quite literally.
So Mahag Saar's just up ahead then?
Indeed. If you look, across this mountain is the Lord's Keep.
What's this place? Here? Some kind of old house?
I don't know about that. If I had to guess, it probably served as some kind of shrine.
So still a house, in a sense. Just for a god.
It'll be a breeze. Get in, get out.
Can't get out of this!
Firmament Render!
Orochi
It's
Fury!
over!
Plasma Shock!
Lightning Orb! Lightning Control! Tornado!
No escape!
There! What?
Damn it! It's too fast!
Stand back. I'll trip it up.
Pierce evil! Not in your dreams!
Ignite! Thank you! Here I come!
One more!
You're finished!
Lightning condemned!
Elusive deity! Plasma Shock! Thank you!
Lightning condemned! Thunderblade!
Double Demon Fang!
Where are you going? Far enough! Thunderfield!
Now or never! You're finished! Negative gate! Resonate with the earth!
Thunderblade! Glacial Spear!
No
Pierce evil!
further! Take this! Not today!
Lightning Laser!
No escape!
Elusive
Plasma Shock!
Pierce evil!
I'll smash you!
Vanquish Earth!
Not done yet!
My fault.
I'm out walking! Shining
Orochi Fury!
Supernova!
I'm ready! Chill!
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
I won't rest until I'm the best I can be.
Still striving to be on par with the Lord?
You simply can't be too strong when battle is a part of your everyday.
on!
Freezing storm!
I shall ensure you survive this!
Here goes!
Leave the agile ones to me. Show that mystic mercy! Eat this! Try harder! Another incantation ruined! Can you take it? Take this! Negative jet! Resonate with the earth! Behold! The earth pulse! Tectonic fission!
If it's in the sky, it's mine! Into the shadows!
In a bind!
Talon Hurricane!
Double Phoenix Blast! Begin! Does it hurt? Not so fast! Eat this! Try harder! Elusive deity! By mystic mercy! Burn! Being interrupted, then tonight's meal is on you. Keep going.
This one's mine!
I'm ready! Jolie! In an instant! Impact block! We work well together. Like a finely timed waltz. You're on! Thank you! Double Demon Fang! Here I come!
Glacial
I'm
Spear!
not done!
Here's the
Begin!
Talon
Does it hurt?
Hurricane!
Not so
Freeze
fast!
Laser!
Plasma Shock! Can you take it? Elusive deity! Begin!
Talon Hurricane!
Weapons will require
Reload!
Plasma Shock! Here I come! You're finished!
Super Knuckle!
You're mine! Elusive deity! I'll thank you!
You're mine!
Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade!
Am I on a roll or what?
Well, look who's in a bright and shiny mood. Hey, new equipment! I need something to eat.
An opponent like this should be easy.
Here I go! You're mine! If it's in the sky, it's
Resonate
mine!
with the earth!
Where are you going?
You're mine!
Here's a healing art! I can't heal you forever!
Plasma Shock!
Searing Flame!
Not today! Talon Storm!
Searing Flame!
Reload! Try
Now
this!
it wasn't weak!
Inferno Torrent!
Eat this!
Come one, come all! You're done! Plasma Shock! Eat this! Elusive Deity! You're on! Begin! Orochi Fury!
Searing Flame! Reload!
The everlasting Plasma Shock!
One primed and ready!
Here I come! Eat this! Elusive Deity!
These little ones are hardly worth our time.
Less talking, more
I
pummeling.
never cut them apart to your heart's
You're
content.
mine! Plasma
take it?
Shock! Elusive Deity! Orochi Fury!
Searing Flame!
Not so fast! Rising Wyvern! You're mine!
Into the
This
shadows.
one's all mine! Here I come! You picked the wrong fight! Now! Take this! It's over! Do it! Orochi Fury! Shield!
This one's got your name on it!
Action to action! A merry distraction. Not
There's still more to go.
Does it hurt? Mirage! Orochi
Do it.
Elusive Deity!
Talon Hurricane! Astral Energy!
Say no more!
How's that for a kick? I'm getting better, right?
Quite. I'll be relying on your fancy footwork.
Does fancy footwork mean running away like a chicken?
No!
That's what I like to hear.
Looks like we made it here in one piece. You can never be too prepared. But did we have to spend... And so much?
I can finally take a breather.
Looks perfect and tastes just as good.
I'll see you again tomorrow. I think we've rested long enough. Let's keep moving.
Something feels odd here. Be on your guard.
Ow! I'm like bait to them. Talon Hurricane!
Glacial Spear! Here's the evil!
Here I come! Mirage!
Freeze Laser!
Talon Hurricane!
Pesky airborne scoundrels!
Sounds like a job for yours truly!
Mirage!
Ice Tornado!
Move escape!
Now I'm in the
You're
groove!
mine!
Eagle Fly!
Freezing
Talon Hurricane!
Ice Tornado!
Move escape! Rising Wyvern! Soaring Light Spear!
Here's the evil!
Mirage!
Freeze Laser!
You're mine!
Where are you going?
You're finished!
You're done!
Rotate Fury!
Big Blast! I'll face you!
Plasma Shock!
Searing Flare!
You picked the wrong fight! Here I come!
Blow them away!
Freezing Storm!
Acceptable.
Do it! Get toasty!
Bird Strike!
Not a chance! No escape! Mirage!
I'm on
Plasma Shock!
Elusive Deity!
Soaring Light Spear!
Snake could be a
Here I come!
Freezing Storm!
Talon Hurricane!
Ice Tornado!
Eagle Fly!
Soaring Light Spear!
I'm
It's
ready!
over!
You're done!
Chisara! Commander of Heaven!
Phoenix Cyclone!
Our superiority was undeniable.
It feels invigorating to dominate a battle.
I was certain I saw you yawn.
Come now, I'm certainly not that relaxed.
Right, here goes! Here I come! It's over!
Elusive Deity in a vine!
Take this! It's over!
Elusive Deity! I'll smash you!
Take this! You're finished!
Here's a healing
Fine, you freak!
What do you think Jimmy's art too?
Xion, can you take care of them?
No sooner said than done. I never miss.
You're mine!
Stop! Stop! I'll face you!
Damn it! Too fast!
Stand back! I'll trip it up!
I'm not done! Orochi Fury!
Try this on for size!
This one's all
Slow
mine!
dance!
I'll heal you all.
Orochi Fury! Plasma Shot!
Okay, I'm sorry to be a bother.
We've all got enough on us.
Double Demon
Yes,
Blast!
ma'am.
Coming through! Ha! Now! Scarlet Inferno!
Surfing Knuckle!
Here I come! It's over!
Talon Hurricane!
I'm ready! River!
Astral energy.
Say no more! Not again!
Elusive Deity!
Here I go. You're mine. Let's give it a whirl.
Now I'm in trouble.
Plasma Shock!
Shouldn't have messed with me.
Lunar Rondo!
Freezing storm.
Here I come! It's over!
Take it. First strike! Talon
Rising Wyvern!
I'll crush you! Lightning reflexes! Tenebrous claw! Eat this! Here I
You're
go!
mine! Ignite!
It's over!
Ready to go!
Do it!
Plasma Trigger!
Astral energy!
Say no more!
So I still had room to grow.
No backing down!
Here I come!
Freezing storm!
It's over!
That freaking does it!
Ice tornado!
Plasma Shot!
Here, let the marksman handle this!
Soaring Light Spear! No escape!
Eat this!
Take down the
Here I
tornado!
come!
I'll thank
Pick
you!
up flyers!
I've got this! Let a marksman handle it!
Eat this!
All yours! You'll finish!
I'll thank you! Eagle Fly!
Healing
Plasma
sword!
Shot!
I never miss!
Death shall not be forgotten.
Resonate with the earth!
Come on! I'll blow you to smithereens!
Rising Wyvern! It's on!
Swallow dance!
You're on! Take this!
Flame!
It's over!
Resonate with the earth!
Orochi
Stalagmite! Swallow
Here's
dance!
evil!
Ignite! Here I come! You're finished! Orochi Fury! Plasma Shock! Take this!
Resonate with the earth!
Take this!
Here's evil!
Eat this! Talon Hurricane!
Plasma Shock!
Eagle Fly!
Alright,
Clear
that
for us
does
a
it!
path.
Do it! Very well! Astral energy! Full throttle!
Not a chance! It's over!
Clear for us a path.
Soaring Light Spear!
One more!
You're on! Here I come! It's over!
Do it!
Here I come!
Astral energy! Full throttle!
Lady Fortune must truly be watching over me.
It'll be a breeze.
You're mine!
Get in, get out.
Where are you
Hey,
going?
when did I get so popular?
It's on!
Freezing storm!
Plasma Shock!
Ice tornado! Here's a healing arc!
Here I come! It's over! Soaring Light Spear! Astral Arts?
That's my cue!
Shut him down! It's over!
Laser spear!
It's over! Plasma Shock!
Spirit flame!
Eat this!
Reload!
Watch this.
Plasma Shock!
The tide of battle has turned. That's the power of comrades in arms.
Comrades in arms!
What?
This one's
Sentimental?
mine!
You're on!
Laser spear! Here's evil!
Eagle Fly!
Freeze laser!
Orochi Fury!
Laser spear! Here's evil!
Still got that Lord Razzmatazz.
Former Lord Razzmatazz.
Details, details.
So that's how a lord fights.
I don't perform as well when I'm clear.
I'm going to pretend I didn't hear you say that.
I'm ready. Jolie! Hey! Blow them away!
Here's a healing arc!
Acceptable.
You're on! First strike!
Elusive deity! Do it!
A victory for the ages.
Here's a healing arc!
I'm not done! Eat
You're
this!
helping me have become a pattern.
For the good of all of us.
Save
Is
you!
it now?
Spirit flame! Reload!
Plasma Shock!
Reload! I'm out of seconds!
Searing Gale!
Do it!
Talon Hurricane!
All yours, Kisara.
The
enemy wields arc too.
We'll soon see about that!
Eat this!
I'll end you!
Plasma Shock!
Watch it!
Searing
Eat
flame!
this!
Reload!
I'll end you! Blow away!
Searing Gale!
thy mystic mercy.
You're mine!
Glacial Spear! Here's me! I can heal myself!
When your death feels like then tonight's meal is on you.
I'm ready! Long! Blow them away! How's that? You're mine!
Acceptable.
Orochi's Fury! You picked the wrong fight! Now I come to it! Take this! Elusive Deity!
Watch them sleep!
Rotating Fire! Orochi's Fury!
Do it!
Elusive
Astral Energy!
Say no more!
Well, looky here!
What a rush!
No backing down!
Excited! It's over!
I shall ensure you survive this! Plasma Shock! Elusive Deity!
Glacial Spear!
Here's Pile Driver! Here I come!
Freeze Lancer!
Take this! It's over!
Recognize it!
Take this! Rising Wyvern! Here I come! You're finished!
Glacial Spear! Here's Evo! I'm ready!
Eagle Fly! Take this!
Freezing Storm!
It's over! Negative Gate! Resonate with the Earth! Plasma Shock!
Hurricane!
Soaring Light Spear! Take this, Tom! Begin! Here I come! Elusive Deity! Hitting Pile Driver! Talon Hurricane! You're mine! Elusive Deity! You're mine! Orochi's Fury! Talon Hurricane! Double Demon Fang! Everlasting Darkness! Coming through! Ha! Now! Scarlet Inferno!
Here, let me help!
Any more of this and I'll burn out! Fairy Circle! Orochi's do it!
Gotta be quick, or I'll take them all myself.
Oh, like hell, you...
Into the shadow!
Here I come!
Glacial Spear! Here's
Take this!
Evo!
Mine! Orochi's Fury!
Freeze Lancer!
So that didn't go as planned.
We must consider well if this is the right path.
Let's dispose of the trash.
Can't get out of this! You picked the wrong fight! You're mine! It's over! Negative Gate! Resonate with the
Now
Earth!
you see what I can do.
Stalagmite!
Graviton Field!
Hurrah! Plasma Shock!
Annihilation!
Here I come!
Light Astral Raging Cascade! Please, now!
Prepare to be sealed.
It's over!
Actually, found is more appropriate.
Let's talk more doing!
You're mine!
Please, now!
I can't take much more.
Take this! Orochi's Fury! It's on!
Supernova! Searing Flame!
Hurrah!
Negative 6! Prepare to be seen! Stalagmite! I'm ready!
Ridwell, astral energy! Full throttle!
Resonate
Now!
with the earth!
No escape!
Stalagmite can't get out of this!
Take this! I'm not done!
We may be a touch beyond our depth.
We barely got a look at the thing.
Let's see what you've got.
Lightning condensed!
Not today!
Thunderbolt! Annihilation! Reload!
Our arts are being interrupted.
Hurricane!
I'll smash you! It's in your hands now.
You'll pay for that!
Drag it to the fray!
Hero
Annihilation!
Squall!
You got destiny!
I'll stop your movement!
And I'll stop your life!
My turn! I'm not... It's over! Orochi Fury!
Powered up! Lightning orb! Raging
Here I
cascade!
come!
In here!
Take it!
Meteor! Reload!
This one's all mine! Eat dirt! One more!
Take it away! When it is high! This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
See you continue on in that vein.
Yes, my lady?
Something you wanted to say?
Mirage!
Lightning condensed!
Tiger Claw!
Going in!
Take that! Searing Gale!
Make it
Green armor is all mine!
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
With your flames and my technique?
We're stronger together than we are apart. Get lost!
I can carve through armor!
Go
I'm
get
not
it!
done.
Flame! Raging cascade! In here!
This one's all mine! Burn!
Lightning condensed! Searing thunder!
Plasma shock!
Annihilation! They're surrounding us!
Mirage! Plasma shock!
Nothing gets by me!
Resonate with the
You're
earth!
mine! Mirage!
Let them
Plasma
now!
shock!
Dohalim! This one's got your name on it!
Action to action! A
Police and where are you? There's still more to go!
This one's all mine!
Negative 6!
You're mine!
Resonate with the earth!
You're mine!
Ridwell! Frozen!
Hammer!
Not a chance!
Splendor!
I'm not done! Mirage! Plasma
Resonate with the
shock!
earth! Stalagmite!
Searing
Now!
Gale!
Ridwell! Astral energy! Full throttle! Skills in top form, art's working like a charm.
Someone seems rather pleased with herself.
Did you hear all of that? We've reached our destination.
This realm doesn't seem like such a bad place to camp in.
Yeah, there's lots of plants and wildlife here.
I know, and it all looks friggin' delicious too!
Who said anything about eating them?
This looks perfect. Guaranteed.
Dohalim, care if I hang out for a while? You worried about what's going on with Menancia?
What makes you think that?
Well, you were speaking to Kisara earlier, weren't you?
It's rude to listen in on others, you know.
Sorry. I didn't hear what you two were actually talking about, though. I just figured it was Menancia since it was the two of you.
I am but a former lord who has abandoned his post. I'm no longer in a position to lead the realm in any capacity whatsoever. Yet Kisara still seeks out my opinions, knowing full well that is the case. This despite the fact I am no longer her master either.
Couldn't it be precisely because you're not her master anymore? It's natural for friends to want to hear each other's opinions.
I hadn't considered that possibility.
It's funny what you miss sometimes.
Hardly uncommon among artistic types such as myself. When lordships are decided based solely on one's astral energy, it can lead to funny results.
But even so, you still took your job as lord seriously, didn't you?
Certainly. I learned to perform my functions. However, I was less interested in ruling, so much as avoiding life and death decisions. Of course, such a mentality in the end led only to sickening pain and death taking place elsewhere out of sight. I pretended not to see or hear any of it, content to let our supposed peace and equality keep me blind and deaf to reality. I was a fool.
But you're making amends.
I would like to think so. The path ahead is dark, yet I still walk on. I merely pray that I shan't fall down any holes along the way. We'd best get ready for tomorrow. Shall we get moving? Something feels odd here. Be on your guard.
I won't forgive you! Remedy Ranger! Here's evil!
I'll smash you!
Far enough! Freeze Lancer! Here goes!
Fine freak! Why can't they just sit still?
Sia, can you take care of them?
No sooner said than done!
Not today! Here I come!
One more!
Last shot!
Begin!
Rising Wyvern! Starting right here!
I'm ready!
Wrong!
Hey! Blow them away!
Not a chance! I'm not
Here goes! Lightning Annihilation! Thunder Blade!
Negative gate!
Starting right here!
Still
Blood!
I'm ready!
Take this! Rising Wyvern!
Why'd you heal me?
To stop you dying? Sleep now.
Shattering the pieces! Attack time!
I can handle it. Where are you going?
Take this!
Raging Flame! Reload!
I'm ready! Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade!
The heavens must be smiling. Coming through! No further!
Lightning Field!
Burn!
Raging Cascade!
Here I come! Take over!
Not so fast!
Armor won't save you!
Orphan Agile!
Pesky airborne scoundrel!
Sounds like a job for yours truly!
I'm not feeling so great. Okay, here I go.
Raging!
Coming through! Ha! Melt! Scarlet Inferno!
Searing Flame! Reload!
The enemy wields arc too.
You'll soon see about that! Thanks for the concern.
Simple repayment for a favor of...
I don't grant favors, and I don't accept them either.
Orochi Fury!
Now, get toasty!
Burn Strike!
Glacial Spear!
Double
Here's the
Demon
evil.
Hit! Coming through! Ha! Melt! Scarlet Inferno!
Lightning Condense!
Ha! Burn it!
Now
we're never.
Now!
Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade!
Glacial Spear!
Lunar Rongo!
Flame Blade!
You're mine! You're finished!
Negative... Could have been worse. Retreat if you know what's good for you.
This one's mine!
Come one, come all! I'm not done!
Negative
Breathing
gate!
storm!
Resonate with the earth! Mirage!
Resonate with the earth!
It got fired!
I got this! Let a marksman handle
Nothing gets by me!
All yours!
Begin!
Far enough!
Does it hurt?
Good!
Raging
Orochi
Cascade!
Fury!
I'm ready! Sleep now!
Not the shock!
Let's get you off that
Rotating
way!
pile driver!
Here I come!
Take with darkness!
Mirage!
Now!
Double me! In an instant! Impact Block! We work well together.
Where are you
Like a
going?
finely timed
Take with darkness!
Strike!
Here I go!
Orochi Fury!
Divine!
Teaching ruin. Excellent technique. How are your weapons? That's not to give me any idea.
These little ones are hardly worth our time.
Less talking, more pummeling.
Cut them apart to your heart's content. Light tornado!
Elusive deity!
Divine!
Mirage!
You're
Plasma
mine!
shock!
Take the abyss.
Take this!
Clear for us.
You're
Now!
finished!
Flame! Reload! Astral energy!
Say no more!
Lady Fortune must truly be watching over me. Coming through!
Damn it!
Here's the evil!
Not today! Here I come! Try harder!
Get on in there with
Here I come! Orochi Fury!
Don't mind if I do! I'm only getting started!
Resonate with the earth!
An astral art?
That's my cue! Only getting started!
Shut him down!
When it is higher! Thunderblade!
Try harder!
This one's mine!
Here I come! It's over!
Lightning Shield!
I'll smash you!
It's on! the abyssal deep. Clear for us a path.
Let your field! Raging cascade!
You're finished!
In here! It's over! More for the stockpile!
Easter!
Here's a healing art! Light astral energy!
We turn the tables on us.
There are still more left!
Right. No time to hold back. Negative gate! Resonate with the earth!
Divine strength!
I'm ready!
Astral energy!
Say no more!
Here's a healing
done.
I'll thank you! Mirage! Orochi's Fury!
Lightning off! Raging cascade!
Elusive deity!
In here! Reload!
This one's all
Let's get you all
mine!
tucked away!
Mirage!
I think I'm getting stronger.
Get lost!
You're finished!
Light astral energy! Raging cascade!
won't save you!
Not so fast!
In here!
Try harder!
I'm out back into the forest! Annihilation!
I shall ensure you survive this.
You're finished!
Leave the enemy's
Eat
arms
this.
to me.
No complaints here!
Orochi
Florida! Healing circle!
Plasma shock!
Did you just heal me?
Yes, I need you, remember? Astral energy!
Say no more! Got it!
Well done.
Orochi Fury! Begin!
Reload!
Elusive deity! Together, that wasn't even a problem. I'll take you all off! No escape!
Here's evil!
Plasma shock!
Photon blast! Raging cascade! If it's in the sky, it's mine!
Eat this!
This one's mine!
Plasma shock! Coming through! Ha! Now! Scarlet Inferno!
Raging fear! Pierce evil!
Plasma shock!
Freeze laser! Here's a healing art! First aid!
Now I can let loose!
More for the stockpile!
You're mine! You're finished!
Lightning orb!
Here I come!
Banana, let's go!
You're finished! It's on!
Another incantation ruined.
I will handle it!
Plasma shock!
First aid!
Eat dirt!
Raging
Here I come!
cascade! I'm all stuffed
Plasma
up!
shock!
Sleep now!
Long! Blow them away! Now!
One's mine!
I'm not done!
Where are you going?
You're mine!
Glacier spear! Here's evil!
Orochi Fury!
Freeze laser!
Plasma shock!
Feel! Take it! Go!
Mirage!
Steering wheel!
Negative
Reload!
You're mine!
Resonate with
It's
the
over!
I'm all stuffed up!
I'm not done!
Denied! Reload!
It's over!
Annihilate!
Take it!
Drop it!
Stuffed up!
Ready?
Lightning orb!
Elusive deity!
Plasma shock!
Into the shadows! This is barely target practice,
Then why bother fighting them?
because I certainly won't run away from a battle.
Discourteous, aren't you?
Take it!
Burn!
Can you take it? Not so
No
fast!
escape!
Divine strength!
Elusive deity!
Freezing storm!
Here I come!
Stay calm. Let them march!
provide assistance.
I never miss!
It's over!
Coming through!
Elusive deity!
Glacial spear! Here's evil!
Orochi Fury!
Freeze laser!
Negative
Plasma
gate!
shock!
This one's all mine!
You picked the wrong fight!
Let me help!
Here I
Raging
come!
cascade!
Now I can let loose!
Feel a freezing storm! More for the
Plasma shock!
stockpile! I can handle it! I
It's over! Soaring Light Spear!
Into the shadows! This one, I'm all stuffed up!
Take this!
Into the I never miss!
Benediction light.
Take one! Raging cascade!
Eat this!
Over! Graviton field!
It's
Let's get you
already!
all tucked away!
Chill!
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished! That's what I like to hear.
Hi, Hoodle!
Can't get out of this!
Take this! It's over!
I can carve through armor!
Ice Tornado!
Here I come!
Divine! Freezing Storm! Ice Tornado!
Coming
New
face me!
melody!
Chinese Supernova!
Everlasting
Blazing
jump!
Cascade!
Negative gate!
Sleep now!
Resonate with the arm!
I'll be saving you! Here's a healing art!
It's too much! Mirage! Coming through! Ha! Now! Scarlet Inferno!
Elusive
I'll
deity!
heal you all!
Take this! Ha!
Healing Cascade!
Ha! Burn!
I'm on
Luna Rongo!
Let me help! Lightning!
Strike!
This one's mine!
Well, we're on the home stretch now.
Don't take your eyes off the prize.
I'm quite aware without you reminding me.
Not done!
Use too much. Okay. When you're dead, Dohan, then tonight's meal is on
Try
you.
harder!
You go.
Into the shadows!
Nick.
Corrosive Fury!
We can't lay a finger on you.
I prefer it that way. What about you?
Just watch and
I
see.
never miss!
Here I come!
Searing flame! Reload! Arrow squall! Glacial shield!
carve
Pierce
through
evil
armor!
armor!
Look sharp!
Lightning Tiger Blade!
There!
Not fair!
I've used a bit too much healing.
Looks like we made it here in one piece.
It's important to get your rest.
Good night, everyone. All right, guys. Ready to go?
Something feels odd here. Be on your guard.
Won't forgive you!
Come one, come all! You picked the wrong fight! I'm on now! Plasma shot!
Divine Shock! Freezing Storm! Ice Tornado! Here's the
Got fire!
I've got this! Let a marksman handle it! Raging
All yours!
Freezing Storm!
You're finished!
A freezing storm!
Here I come! You're
Ice Tornado! Lightning Dash! Thunderblast! A freezing Thunder! Here's the Ice Tornado! Glacial Never Fit! Photon Raging Cascade! Big Steel! Take it! Get on there and kill it! The waters of freezing...
Come there!
Now you see what I can do!
You're mine! I'm on your finish!
Now!
What you do?
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
See you continue on in that way.
Yes, my lady?
Something you wanted to say?
Let's Soaring light
So
spear!
those are Danon Astral Arts.
This one's all mine!
Something you want to say?
Coming through! Ha! Now! Scarlet and... This is the power of the blazing sword!
I won't forgive you!
In a bind?
Take this! Not today! You're my
Blind freak! Why can't they just sit still?
Sia, can you take care of them?
No sooner said than done!
Orochi's Fury!
Resonate with the earth.
Hey, now see that you don't get in trouble again. Hey, in here!
The enemy wields arts too.
We'll soon see about that! Freezing storm!
I'll smash it!
Ice tornado!
Prepare to be seized, though.
This is looking good!
Less talking, more
You
doing.
picked the wrong fight! Slash the shock! I owe you one!
Being interrupted.
Dohuli! In an instant! Impact block! We work well together.
Like a finely timed waltz.
Soaring light spear!
Here's the evil!
Resonate with the
Take
earth.
this! It's over!
Photon, raging cascade!
You're mine!
Healing
You're
circle!
finished!
Where are you going? I'll be saving you! Freezing
Rupture!
storm!
Elusive deity.
Tornado! Now!
Raging Luna storm.
Dohuli! In an instant! Impact block! My turn!
Take this.
Go!
Here I come!
You're mine!
You're finished!
Now for something
Can you take it? Does it hurt? This one's all mine.
Do it! Lightning orb!
Kisara! Commander of Heaven!
Phoenix Cyclone!
I've been doing really great lately.
Get lost!
Here I come!
Ranger!
Come and face me! You're mine! It's over!
Wall! Here I go! I'm only getting started!
Snake of the abyssal deep.
Here's the healing arm!
Pesky airborne scoundrel.
Sounds like a job for yours truly!
Slash the shock!
Field!
Soaring
I'll
light
be
spear!
saving this one! I'll heal you all! Thunderblade! One more time! Healing circle!
Okay, here I
Did you just heal me?
Yes, I need you, remember?
Right.
Slash the shock!
Here I go! I'm only getting started!
It's over! You're on!
Vanquish darkness! You're mine!
You take it.
Roadhog field! Divine flame!
I'll
Reload!
face you.
You picked the wrong fight!
Where are you going?
I'll face you.
Thunderblade!
Orochi's Fury!
Raging Luna
Freezing
Slash
storm.
the shock!
I was
You're
right!
mine! It's over! Soaring light spear!
This one's
Luna
mine!
Rondo!
Now!
River!
Astral energy!
Say no more! Got it!
Well done!
Here I come!
Resonate with the earth.
Here's evil! Lightning Freeze Lancer!
You're on!
Now!
So that you can't get out of this.
Go! You're mine!
Take this!
Lightning
It's over!
Spear! Here's the evil!
The abyssal
Orochi's
deep.
Fury!
Clear up the path.
The heavens must be smiling.
They're surrounding us!
It's on!
Snake of the abyssal
I'm only getting started. Here goes.
Aqua
One last one. Where are you going? Thunderblade!
Take this! You picked the wrong
Only
fight!
getting started.
Plasma! An astral art?
That's my cue.
Shut him down! Here I
Freeze
come!
laser! Thunder field!
Plasma
Here's a
shot!
healing!
Carve
Get
through
down!
him! Can you take it?
First aid!
I owe you one!
Here!
You're on! Plasma shot!
Finish it!
You're on! Plasma
Not in
shot!
your dreams! Sweet dreams!
You're on!
So those are Dan and Astral Arts. Supernova!
Something you want to say?
Astral energy!
Say no more! Got it!
Well done!
This one's all mine!
Reload!
You're on!
Top field!
Plasma shot!
Annihilation!
You're on! It's over!
I'm ready!
You're mine! Orochi Fury!
Freeze
Plasma
laser!
shot!
Glacial speed!
You're on!
Pierce evil! Freeze laser!
It's over! Soaring light spear! Take this!
Reload!
Take this!
Yours are not the skills of just any warrior.
Save your compliment!
Driven ends out.
Everyone hanging in there?
Dohalim's fighting style is... what's the word I'm looking for? Subdued? No.
Do you mean elegant, perhaps?
Yeah, that's the word. For better or worse, you can definitely tell he's cut from posh Renin cloth.
And he's not just skilled with the staff either. He can also use astral arts, including healing ones. I can see how he made it to the position of a lord.
You flatter me, but my fighting techniques merely come from a style that aims to conserve energy by minimizing body movement.
Is that why you wait until the last second before you dodge attacks? To avoid unnecessary movements?
No, I do that to sharpen my senses. I find that doing so is an effective means of drawing out my innermost strength.
Oh yeah, I've noticed you look stronger and strike out with your rod more after you dodge attacks. Guess that's why.
Still, it's a risk.
Then, it'll be just as well.
Huh?
It's nothing. Let us continue.
Right, here goes!
Stay calm. I shall provide assistance.
Easter! Blue escape!
I never miss!
Here I come! Orochi Fury!
Here's the evil!
Plasma shot!
Freeze laser! Leave the enemy's arts to me! Here's a healing
No
art!
complaints here!
Okay. You're mine! It's over! You're on!
Freezing storm!
Take this!
Here's a healing art!
You're mine!
Here's a healing
It's
art!
over!
Divine strength!
Try harder! I have no limits! You're mine! Plasma shot! You're on! Orochi Fury!
Can you take it?
It's on! Double Demon Fang! Coming through! Ha! Now! Scarlet Inferno! Bestow thy mystic mercy! Here I come!
Sweet
Orochi
dreams!
Fury!
Your power is a spectacle to behold!
I'm ready!
I'm not trying to be dramatic!
All yours, Kisara. This calls for a celebratory drink.
That's no ordinary enemy.
I'll take you all on! Take this!
Can't get out of this!
Annihilation! This one's mine!
You're mine!
Thunderblade!
Plasma
Thank
shot!
you.
You're on!
Everlasting dark.
Ignite!
Negative
Take
gate.
this!
Freezing storm!
The last one.
There we're together! Stop!
Lunar Rondo!
Only one more! Lightning today! Take it! Let them mark their victory!
Thank you.
This one's mine!
Thank you.
You say it as though you're surprised.
It'll take a bit to get used to.
Can you take it? I'll blind you with a shot!
Divine!
Elusive deity!
Reload!
Thank you! Elusive deity!
I swear that! Lightning condemned! Thunder blast!
Make Troy harder!
I'm only getting started! Watch and see! Invasion! In here!
Troy!
Let's get you all tucked away!
Plasma shot!
Waters of this one!
Searing gale!
In here!
Any more of this and I'll burn out! It's
Your
over!
helping me has become a pattern.
It's for the good of all of us.
Is it now?
I'm ready!
Alright!
Commander of Heaven!
Phoenix Cyclone!
Now!
Raging
Take it!
Death!
The abyssal deep
Watch
is there for
in
us!
here!
Plasma shot!
Let's get you all tucked away!
Well, we're on the home
Searing
stretch
gale!
now.
Don't take your eyes off the prize.
I'm quite aware without you
Beyond
reminding me.
fury! You're mine!
We're still standing. Barely.
Damn it!
Discourteous, aren't you?
Glacier, this one's mine!
Crush!
Into the shadow! Denied! Vanquish darkness! Glacial spear! Pierce evil!
Nature the abyssal clear for us a path! You're mine!
Freeze lancer! Divine streak! Here's a healing arm!
You're on!
I can't heal you forever!
Plasma shot!
It's over!
Coming through! Ha! Now! Scarlet Inferno!
Raging cascade!
You're mine!
Storm!
You picked the wrong fight!
Well, we're on the home stretch now.
Don't take your eyes off the prize.
I'm quite aware without you reminding me.
I'm not done!
Thunder
Elusive fury! Elusive deity!
Into the shadow!
Mirage!
Searing flame!
You're
Reload!
mine! It's over!
Vermilion Hellview! I'm all
Take
tucked
it!
up! Now, annihilation!
River!
Astral energy!
Say no more! I still got a ways to go!
I won't forgive you!
Resonate with the earth!
I
should ensure you survive this! You're mine! Plasma shock!
Take it! I never miss!
Elusive deity! Burn in hell!
Lightning Awaken! Raging flame! Reload! Far enough!
Resonate with the earth!
Glacial
Elusive
spear!
fury!
Freeze laser! Raging
You're mine!
cascade!
Elusive deity!
Pierce evil! Lord of the South! Freeze laser! The waters of creation!
Everlasting Mirage! Resonate with the earth!
Do it, Slug! Firmament!
Light burst forth!
Radiant Genesis! You don't mess around!
Certainly not.
Searing flame!
you.
Reload!
Elusive deity! Burn in hell!
Do it!
Totally! In an instant! Impact block! My turn! Everlasting Mirage! Run well!
Demon's Descent!
Flashing Fang!
They've really got us on the ropes.
Don't forget to heal your wounds.
Still thinking about how to act around Dohalim?
That obvious, huh? Except I don't think I'll be changing much after all. Don't get me wrong, I'm not going to stay his servant. However, I am going to treat him like a fellow comrade, the same way I would with you or anyone else. For as long as I can remember, I've spent my life protecting others. But isn't that what friends do too? Support and protect one another in times of need?
Which in the end pretty much means doing as you've always done, right? If that's what you're most comfortable with, I'm certainly not going to give you any grief over it.
Actually, I've been thinking about how I ought to act around you all as well.
Oh?
When I set out on this journey, it was to rid Eldomenencia of its enemies and search for wisdom in the outside world. Wisdom that I could potentially put to use on my return. I'm grateful to you all for letting me tag along, but it got me thinking, what am I actually contributing by being here?
What are you talking about? You know how to hold a weapon, don't you? That's help enough.
Is it though? Sometimes I wish there was more I could be doing to pull my...
Oops, sorry about that. Jeez, I'm famished.
Now that you mention it, what do you guys normally do for food and meals when you're out and about on your travels?
What do you mean, what do we do? We find stuff to eat and eat it. So long as it's meat, I'm not fussy.
Eating what you like can be good for morale in the short term, but you need to think about your diet if you want to stay healthy.
Does that mean eating vegetables too?
Isn't that obvious?
It does, which I guess hasn't been happening up till now.
Yeah, to be honest, we could be eating better than we do.
Understood. In that case, I'll just have to make sure you're all staying healthy and eating right myself. Fortunately, I happen to know a thing or two about cooking as well.
You hear that, Law? Sounds like you'll be eating your greens after all.
Ugh.
What is it?
No, sorry, it's just... I was just wondering if you had any thoughts on all this.
It will do her good to have a project.
No, not Kisara. I meant you. Was there anything you wanted to add?
Me? Certainly you're not looking to me for culinary skill, I hope.
Typical Renan, leaving everything to someone else.
Rinwell, I don't think...
That said, should you need my skills on the battlefield, please rest assured I have no intention of shirking my responsibilities, regardless of who we may face.
I'm sure no one doubts that. Listen, guys, if we're traveling together, we should probably at least try to make an effort to get to know one another, don't you think?
I wouldn't get your expectations too high in that regard. Believe it or not, sometimes I'm not sure I even know myself all that well.
Something wrong? You look like you're deep in thought.
Not exactly. I was merely thinking about you two and your sense of etiquette.
Oh?
Etiquette?
Indeed. To be quite frank, I find your lack of manners to be nigh intolerable.
That's not being frank, that's being and forget it. Do we really need to talk about this now?
Yes, I find such impropriety on your parts to be deeply unsettling. It concerns me greatly.
What do you want us to do? We were slaves. We never got to learn how to be proper like you.
Yeah, what he said. Maybe you missed how we were just focused on surviving.
Perhaps, but Kisara here demonstrates that it's quite possible for a Denon to learn proper manners.
That's because I was given the opportunity to learn. Moreover, my duties as a guardsman required it. Not every realm is like Menencia, as you well know.
Yeah, I don't think it's fair to hold us to some other city standards.
Exactly. You've got to remember what it's been like for us living under the Rena elsewhere.
I will concede that you do indeed make a valid point. It would appear, for all my espousing the virtues of equality between our peoples, I was still looking down on the two of you.
You don't need to beat yourself up. I wasn't that offended by what you said, man.
Nevertheless, I shall mind my words from here on out. Having said that, I do believe you two would still benefit from learning the basics of proper society. I would be more than happy to teach you both when we camp out, if you like.
Yeah, no, I'll pass. Acting all prim and proper isn't really my style.
If you say so. How about you, Law? Would you like to learn? Although I suppose my first task is to reform your attitude toward the idea of good etiquette.
You're not gonna let this go, are you?
Hey, let's stop for a minute.
What's up? You already tired?
My armor's pretty heavy. I think I need a little rest.
I second that. All of this walking is starting to take its toll on me as well.
What? You don't look it.
We can't spare the time. There's places we need to be. Mahag Saar's capital, Niez, is our destination right now.
But if one of us collapses, it will only serve to slow us down. And in your case, Alphen is the only one who could carry you. Best to rest while you have the opportunity.
Enough already. I need a break, so we're taking one.
I don't need you fretting over me.
Fretting? Hey, it's not like I'm...
Been looking for you.
For me? Why?
He's tough.
Who are you? You said you were looking for me. Why?
Beautiful, precious life.
What the...
That is all I desire.
Then why are we fighting? Who even are you?
Freezing storm!
In a bind?
Ice tornado!
Not today!
Supernova! Got it! Now's our chance!
Who the hell are you? Bastard!
This guy's not normal.
His speed is unbelievable.
You mean he even surpasses a lord? Freeze Laser!
Resonate with the earth!
Here I go! I'm only getting started! Glacial Spear! Here's evil! Shiny Supernova! I never miss!
No, it's the here.
Couldn't make it in time.
That's abyss! Seal!
Die.
Resuscitation! Searing Flame! Revive!
Not
I
done
don't
yet!
want you... Healing Circle! Glacial Spear!
Did you just
Here's
heal me?
evil! Yes. Only you, remember?
Right.
It's over!
A freezing storm!
Anything in armor is all mine!
Tornado!
In a bind?
No escape!
I'm on it!
Here goes!
Negative gate! Watch this! Raging Eagle Fire! All good things resonate with the earth!
Take fury!
There you go!
Here I go!
You're helping me escape pattern.
It's for the good of all of us.
Does it matter?
Spear! Here's evil!
I'm on it!
Freeze Laser! Your dream!
Can't move!
Forgive me. This is my fault.
Searing Flame!
Not done yet!
And let the marksman hit!
Fall.
You're mine!
I never miss!
Leave the chargers to me! Blow away!
Take this!
Denied!
I can heal myself, baby.
Precisely. Healing cannot be risked.
That's the wisest thing you've ever said.
Swallow it!
Let me help. First
I owe
aid!
you one.
Into the shadows! Searing
Take
Flame!
this! Watch it!
Here's the healing
Armor
art!
won't save you!
Prepare to take this!
There you go! Can't get out of shit like me again!
Fall.
One more! Searing Flame!
Entertain me.
Here goes! It's over! Searing Flame! Reload!
Take me.
I'm
being interrupted.
Is that all that you've got? Very well. Then die. A wretch like you? Till next time.
Shion, wake up, please!
Alphen?
Shion!
Thanks, but you're kinda crushing me.
Sorry.
It's okay. And so am I. It's not as bad as it looks.
Not bad. That's... Shion, we thought
I'm
you were...
fine. Really.
What the hell were you thinking?
Well, you were trying to protect me too, you know.
Yeah, but I have the sword. It's different.
It's not different. Besides,
Hmm?
Never mind. It's nothing. Anyway, thank you.
But I didn't... Look, I'm just glad that you're...
Alphen?
Sorry.
That guy said he'd be back. I think maybe we should get moving before he returns, right?
Rinwell has a good point. We need to go. Shion, are you sure you're okay?
Shion, are you sure you're...
Yeah, I already applied some heal.
But his sword went nearly straight through you.
I'm all right. Unless I've turned into some kind of ghost and I'm haunting you all right now.
No, I know you're not. It's just...
Look, I appreciate you looking out for me, but I'm fine. Really.
There was also that strange light that appeared when Shion was stabbed. It seemed to make the enemy retreat when he saw it. Alphen, do you have any idea what it might have been?
A light? I don't know. I was kind of preoccupied with other things at the time.
Now that I think of it, between that light and the blazing sword, just what sort of person are you, Alphen? Can you use Dahnan astral arts like Rinwell, perhaps?
He wouldn't know, Dohalim. He doesn't have any memories from his past, remember? Besides, we should really be getting out of here.
I suppose you're right. Forgive me. We've almost reached Nias, the capital of Mahag Saar. With any luck, we'll find a place there for Hey.